And we are here. Welcome, everybody. Bruce Jones here on day four of the How to Sell Your Book Challenge. And this is the last day. We'll wrap everything up. We're going to go through. Today is about making your book easy to buy. That's today's topic. And I saw somebody was just putting a comment in here or something. Let me just make sure we have everything up and running. And this should be fun. We should be good. There's the book. All right. So welcome. And we are ready to begin. And on today, I am going to be talking about, We're going to be talking about making your book easy to buy. But before we do that, let's just do a couple things here. I just want to make sure everything is good. And I just saw, there it is. Okay. It's flowing. So comments, suggestions, things like that. Oh, Mike and I are going to do each quote since we went over the notes from yesterday. Cool. All right. I see comments coming, and Angela's making something somewhere. I'm not sure quite where it goes, but that's okay. We'll be fine. So I did a couple of things. One thing I just want to mention here was a book I mentioned yesterday, and it's right here on the screen. I dropped it into the let's just do this. I dropped it into the comments section for the broadcast. And actually, it looks like it's in the top one. It's in one of them. There's always ends up two. You schedule one, but it seems to come up as a separate one. And it was a book that I recommended on Write, Publish, and Repeat. We had a conversation about making your books, instead of making big, long books, is to cut them up into shorter pieces, and you can lead people from book to book to book. And the book I was trying to think of was Write, Publish, Repeat by Johnny Truant and Sean Platt. It's a little older now, but the theory is great. Platt and Truant are a writing team, and they write sort of science fiction, fantasy books. And they have created a ton of books, but they work together. One writes the outline, the other one fills in the details. But this book, I would highly recommend this book for everybody. It just tells you how to, especially with fiction books, to lead people from book to book to book to book. So you can check that out, and it's there. I think it's I recommend this book. I've often recommended this book. If you're interested in picking up a copy of my books, remember this challenge is all about the how to sell the book. It's right here. You can just open up the comments at the top of the video, and there are links here for the book and the companion course. And if you want your comments to be seen, click this little link right here, the StreamYard thing at the bottom. Okay, so I think that does that. So let's get started here. Let's get the right screen up. Share the screen. We go to applications, and I'm using again StreamYard. Yard is my platform of preference for all this kind of stuff. Okay, let's see here. Let me get this up here and this over here so I can see what's happening. Okay, so we had some great comments from yesterday, great takeaway comments from the day. I really like this. This is the first time I have done this in a challenge, is to ask for takeaways from the day. I get to see what resonates with people, and I used it as prizes. We've given away some books and some consulting and an interview. Those have already been given away, and I've notified all those people. I have a prize for today too. But basically, let's see, just some of the tips in here. Include your TOC at the bottom of your book description. Run the 3 key tests before you publish to check your whoops, go back. Where'd it go? There you go. Put your chapter titles in Google and YouTube and Amazon and see what shows up, see if they're relevant. Don't surprise people with your book. We are in the Amazon world. We need to adapt to the Amazon and do the test, the thumbnail test. Super important. Make your cover really small. Throw it on a page of your competitor's book and see if you show up. If you don't, fix it. Usually all you have to do is make the title bigger. Images, let's see, over here, expand a book's content in different ways. We talked about repurposing. I love repurposing. And one of the comments I make, and I'll probably end up making it again today, is that some of the most successful books that I have published, they are the second version. They're not the first book that I published on that topic. There's a book that evolved from publishing that. So I'll talk a little bit more at the end of today's session on that topic. But sometimes you just need to put something out there and then you go, oh, that's what I should have done. It helps you organize your thoughts and put it together, and then you can pull out that nugget and create a new book. That is what's happened to me on my two most successful books, which is the blank sheet music book. Let's see here, let me do this over here, which is my blank book of sheet music, and my World Regional Maps coloring book. These were not original books. These generated out of other products. So I encourage you to do something like that where you keep the thought going, keep the thing going. Back is a sales tool. Yes, it is. Make the book smaller and larger. If you have a coloring book, you can make different sizes. Repurposing your book's content, creating a workbook. I have that workbook masterclass that actually, I'm just going to pull it up. Hold on. I'm going to grab it. Here it is. I haven't shown this example yet, but those of you who were part of my workbook masterclass, let me just show this book. This was an original book, Icon Painting. It's about painting icons. And Mary Jane Miller, part of our class, she took this book. She teaches classes, and she created this book, which is the workbook explaining the tools, the subject matter, how to do it, the sketches, everything from this book. So this is an example. I love this. She took action. This is her book, and I know people who have taken this class. It's a workshop that she runs around the country, and they needed the handouts, the notes, what goes with it. She created the workbook. So there you go. Pull a workbook out. Here's case study right here. Somebody took my workbook class and got inspired, took action, and did that. So just kind of really cool. It's really cool when I see that kind of stuff happen. So, all right. So today's prize, I'm going to make it a little bit easier. Everybody who posts, makes a comment, take away your main takeaways in the group. Just put them in the comment section. I will send out, or I'll give you a link of where you can download the 3 checklists that come with my book. So there's the book marketing checklist, the book selling checklist, and the media kit workbook. So all of these PDFs I will send out to everybody who makes comments today. So everybody can be a winner. You just have to put some comments in as you're going. What's a key point? And everybody that does, we'll get that out to you. So that's cool. All right. So today, last session, we have this week, we talked about using your book's content to sell your book. Then we talked about social media and spreading the message of that content and getting it around. Yesterday, we talked about all the different ways that you can sell your book, not just Amazon, but all kinds of different things. And today, we're going to talk about making your book easy to buy. So if you have questions, just like the last few days, drop them in the comments. I'll do all the questions at the end. It seems to work pretty well. We'll run through everything. I'll just put them all there, and that way I can kind of keep the flow going unless I see something that's really important. But I'm going to do some demo. Oh, we have 7 comments already. All right, hold on. We'll just put some up here because we haven't even really started yet. So Angela's here. We'll be happy to be here. Thank you. Debbie, sorry to miss. Well, the replay is, they're on the page. They're also, if you go to brucejonesdesign.com, my regular website, I have a challenge page set up with all the videos on it. And I also have a post for every single page, every day that I did. You'll see them there. So just go to the homepage. You'll see there's 4 posts in my blog with the shows from each day. Plus, I also have a challenge page under the courses. And they're also here in the Facebook page. And I have tried to figure out and use the units feature. If you notice on Facebook, the little navigation buttons that you have under the header graphic, there's one now on the how to publish page called units, and they'll be in there too. I've got the 2 of them in there, and I'm going to put the other 2 in tomorrow. So, all right, my client and I are going to do each quotes image book. We went over the notes from yesterday, and neither of us could sleep last night. We're so excited thinking about what we're going to do using all your ideas. Wow. All right. I have to screen capture that. That's just so cool. That is, that's what we want. That's what we want. I sometimes I just watch people's eyes kind of roll back on their heads when I get going on a roll, but that's a keeper. Thank you so much. That is really, really nice. Keith is here. Cool. All right. Keith is here. And you're doing a quote book. You're doing a quote book. Yes, I am. I've got a workbook in the works. So, yep, there you go. Check out the workbook masterclass. I kind of take you through the whole process. Debbie's here. Audrey's here. And Barry's here. Cool. Barry, great content to see in the 3 days so far. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's get going. Let's get going here. All right. Let's put this over here. I think that covers all the things. And there we go. So this is about making your book easy to buy. And this is one of the things that I think is, I see this happen so much, especially with brand new authors who are so proud about their book. They finally finished it. They put it on Amazon and they come to my group, other groups, they post on their own page. They post that they did their book and they go, here's my new book. Great. They put up their pictures. They've done all the things right, except they didn't put a link to buy it. Right here. This is almost one of my number one mistakes with new authors is that they don't give their readers a way to buy the book. And I think that's so important. What I usually do in the group is I'll usually email and go, why don't you drop the link in here? So it's super cool to do. That's part of the book publishing process is making your book easy to buy. So you can do this a number of different ways. If you're posting on social media, go back and look at number 2. Go back and look at day 2, spreading your news. We talk about using all the little social media buttons to spread. And I'm going to show you when we do the Amazon page shortly. We're going to talk about that. But go to your homepage. I see this a lot also on people who have a website. Put your book on your homepage. Just put a thumbnail of your book somewhere on that page and put a link that says buy on Amazon. And also make a book page for it. I'll show you mine in a moment here, what I've done. I put my books everywhere. And I don't think it's that hard to sell books. We just have to get them out there and put clear links to it. So you don't have to do a lot. It's just, and all I'm trying to do here is, you know, it's in my book. I have my book. And I was thinking about this as I'm getting ready for today, is it's uncomfortable asking people to buy. It's not something that we're sort of, you know, all that comfortable doing to come on and say, can you go buy my book? And when you go buy it, I'd love a review on Amazon. That would be really, really great. But buy my book. That's uncomfortable. I have to force myself to do it. It's gotten easier as I've gone along and I've done more shows like this and do different things. If you see me on any Zoom calls that I'm on, or I'm on a conference in February, the Conference 21, I'm going to be talking about books, and I've been talking to all the people in the conference so far. We've been having these meetups, and they're like really excited about what I'm teaching because I get up and I show my book. But it's not easy. It's uncomfortable. We're not used to doing that, but you sort of have to force yourself. But the quiet way is just put it in all of the places that you are. That's the way you don't have to stand up and do it. So, but it's important. And a link. Put the link. Make sure the link is there. That's what you're trying to do. Remember the thumbnail, the charts that we did? Where was the charts? We did that on day 2. Remember these charts? These charts? Just follow those charts. Just do that. All right? Just link it all back. So, so I think the numbers are, these are numbers given to me by the famous internet marketer Ed Dale, who always used these numbers. He called them the dirty numbers. He always took the worst numbers you could have, but I think they're actually fairly true. If you take 100 to 200 guests need to come to your whatever, your website, your blog, your posts, things, whatever it is, one person will buy. Whatever you put out as content for Google, to Google the search, Google the index, people to search, come to find, they come because they're interested in that topic, they come to your site. 1% of the visitors that do that will buy. Maybe 2, something like that, but it's around there, which are the same numbers they are in direct mail marketing. When you get stuff in the mail, it's the same numbers. So I don't think it changes. I think it's pretty much the same, whether it's online, offline. You just need a lot of people to come to see your stuff. And you can sort of rate and figure out how many people come based on how many books that you buy. But you need to get them in the store. Your website's the store, Amazon's the store. You need to get people in front of it. Some percentage of them will buy because they're interested in that topic. Your website, book catalog, catalog page, bio, all these places on your website where you can add your book. Don't be ashamed to put it up. It's your book. Be proud of it. but advertise it, put it up with a link. We'll go look at my stuff shortly. Have links to Amazon. I'll show you sort of what I do and how I kind of do things. So here's just a picture of it, and I'm going to break off and we'll go in to look at some real. So these are just some of the sites. I have a site called, I haven't highlighted it in this challenge, but called Free US and World Maps. The reason I sell so many of these books, I believe, is because I took every single map from all of my books and all the artwork and put it up online and made it available. Good names, good titles, put some words underneath it, and then around it, I wrapped my ads. And I know from reading the Google Analytics, remember we talked about in day one, go back and listen to the Google Analytics part, or shameless plug, the Google Analytics stats part inside the book. This topic, world regional maps, are the most popular maps on this site right here, and I wrap my books around that stuff. So that's why I know it works. I put them up and it works. Different websites, we'll go look at some of these in a moment. All right, let's go just take a quick, just want to show you sort of what I'm doing here. Screen share this, come back. We want everybody who uses StreamYard wants 2 share windows so that we can just go back and forth. I think we're right here. All right, share this. So let's just go. I just want to show you. So this is, make sure I'm messed up. All right. So this is my world regional. This is my Free US and World Map site. It's a site that I put up. I did it myself. It's boring and ugly. It just doesn't do much, but it generates about 50,000 hits a month because I have on it just maps, right? These maps are coded like we learned yesterday about putting in the good keywords, and around it, I put ads for my books. So let me just go to a couple of the more popular, I have a book catalog on my site. So I try to put on every site some kind of a catalog page, right? So these are the different books, right? Each book, and Google picks this up. Each book has a page. You can buy it at Amazon. You can buy it as a PDF. I highlight a big feature of it. Remember I talked about changing the cover to put this on the front of it. All this is descriptive copy, all live copy, all gets indexed by Google. I have a video. I have pictures. I follow a lot of what Amazon does. Related books. Amazon does related books. I do related books. Sample pages. Directories on every single book. All right. Let me just go to this page. So this page on this site, this is the most popular page, right? It has these world regional maps. What do I have at the top of it? I have the most popular book right at the top with a big click to buy button. Where does this go? So this one goes to Amazon. This goes to Gumroad. You've heard me talk about Gumroad. Here's the Gumroad page for the PDF version of this book. People can buy the book. Here's a little thing. I made 6 of these books, and you can buy the single book for $5, right? It's a PDF. It's competitive. The real book is $9.95 as paperback on Amazon. Down at the bottom, I have a bonus. You can buy all 6 of my books, all right? So if you have a coloring book series, you can do things like this. Gumroad is free, or I think I have the $10 a month package. Right here, I have a bonus, a bundle, $10, $5 for one book, $10 for all 6 books. All right. It isn't like I have to ship anything or give anything away. It's PDFs. It just goes. Right. So what do I care? I'm always thinking about this as I'm selling air. So it's not like I did anything. I just figured out a way of you have a cheap price and then a price for a real bundle. And about, I'd say, just a little less than half take the bundle on this. It works. It's just a great way to do it. And this is Gumroad. So if you have this kind of book or supplemental material that goes with it, you can do it. So every map, everything is on the site in some way. Google indexes all this stuff. You saw me do some of that Google search. On my music site, this is my Essential Chord music site. This site has been up for years. Same thing. I took every page, put it up on the site, and around the outside, I put ads for the book. These all link directly to Amazon. If you like the book, you can come here and get it. I have a catalog page. Notice I just did once, and I have then this, and you can get the book. Here are the other related products. There's posters, there's books, all kinds of stuff. My blog, right? Just show you the blog. Same thing. This is just my Google blog. I have two blogs. This is my older blog, and I also have my new one. I'm going to show you something super cool coming up shortly about that Amazon has added. I didn't even know this existed. It's right here. It's in this tab. I'll be showing, or it's right here. It's in this tab. It's just, I can't, it's like very interesting. I haven't quite figured out how to quite use it yet, but it's coming. Ads. These are ads from my books. You click on this, you go to Amazon. There's a book page. You click on this, paperback, ebook. All right, they're just simple pages on my blog that I put up so that I can you can get my book. Make it easy. Just put it out there. Make it easy to do it. I just want to check something here. Let's see here. Just go to here. All right. So let's go look at. Let me do this. I'm just bouncing around because I want to make sure I have the right order of things. So that's sort of message one is make it easy. Put it up on your site, whatever you have. Google blogs are free. Wix is cheap. Weebly is cheap. Make your own, whatever. It's not that hard to do. So let me go to here. Let me just go to here. All right, we're going to go back over here to here. All right. So let's talk about Amazon. All right. So we're going to go now into the Amazon. I'm going to take you through just a description of the Amazon sales page and Amazon Author Central. So I'm going to just show you some different things that you can do in here. The public running. Yes, I see that, Debbie. Thanks, Debbie. It's as I'm getting ready to run for re-election. So Google's Amazon search. So the first thing you want to sort of do is make sure your book shows up in Amazon search. So search under your topics. This is where your description comes into play, your categories, your keywords, your title. But whatever shows up and it comes up into play, make sure it stands out. Remember the thumbnail test, right? This is your bookstore, right? People come to Amazon, they're searching on your topic, and it has to show up, and it has to show up against your competitors. So you want it to people to figure out what it is. So make sure you do that cover test, that thumbnail cover test, because this is one of the places your book is going to show up. Once your book shows up and you need to spread it around, where do you go to get the links to spread it around? I have my book in different places, lots of different places. I'm using several different links from Amazon. So what I did is I just screenshotted the top of this page. I just want to show you where you can grab the different links. So up in the URL area, so this is my book, World Regional Maps, you'll see there's a really long link. It goes all the way out. It just keeps going and going and going. You can use that link, but you don't have to. Everything from this slash, like that's the book part number. So here's Amazon. This is the name of the book. I don't know what DP stands for. That's the part number for this book. And then everything from here going out is marketing information and Amazon stuff that you don't need to put into your site. So if you just want a shorter link, you can just click on this and go from right after the slash, include the slash, and just select that. So that copy, that text is the link you will use on your blog, on your website. You can use it on Facebook. You can grab the whole link if you want, but you don't need that. You can just take the shorter one. The second set of links that you have is you can join the Amazon affiliate or associate. If you go to the bottom, I think it's called associate. They still use affiliate. I don't know why they have two different names for something. But anyways, once you're a member, and you add this little stripe called the site stripe, you can add it. It's just a Google extension from Amazon. You will see this area right here, and it says Get Link. And these are your affiliate links. And you can get a text link, an image link, or a text and image. And this is a little piece of code that you use this link instead of this link. And then Amazon knows you bought it. It came through your link and you get a little commission on it. You also get a commission on anything else that people purchase in the 24-hour window after they click your link. Very cool thing to do at Christmas time because people are coming in and going all over the place. Really, you don't care if they buy your book. It's nice if they do, but they might buy a big screen TV and you get that commission. But anyways, you can just go in here and grab these links. It opens up and you just grab the little link. They give it to you. You can use it. So it's a really, really easy way to do it. Those are the two places you get links, in the URL and down in here. So, all right, the Amazon sales page. All right, so let's go. Let me come out of this. And we're going to come back in. And I'm going to take you through let's go here. And let's see, let's move this to here. I'm going to take you through the Amazon sales page, top to bottom. I'm just going to describe the different parts of it. Let me get my notes out here. And just things for you to look at and to think about. You want to just be aware of it. This is your store, right? So for most of us who do self-publishing and using print on demand and all that stuff, this is your, this is your store. So you need to know your store, like what's going on here. And there's some very cool things that are going on here. So as we start down, we have the book cover right here. All right. And we're going to go talk about look inside in just a moment. We have the thumbnail for the book. And right below it, you have the front of the book. And you have two little things. And you also have the back of the book right here. Remember we talked yesterday about that you can sell your book from the back. This is one of the places you get a nice, big, clear back cover image of your book. If you're doing a coloring book, picture book, information book, whatever, you'll notice I put, stuff like this. So you can show that on the back of my book. This is the benefits of this book. Why do I do that? Because this is one of the pages they give you. So here's my cord book. On the back of my cord book, I put the table of contents right here, right? So people know what's inside my book, specifically because Amazon gives this to you. So go ahead and use it. So that's a cool thing to know. You have your book name up here. If you have a series, the series name will show here. I need to add my series name on this book. It'll show up right here. Underneath there is the author, right? That's you. And we're going to talk in just a moment about Amazon Author Central, but the way you get to Amazon Author Central is right here, right there. Visit Amazon Author Central. It's a free page that Amazon gives you. It's your website on Amazon. It's free. If you're an author, go ahead and use it. It's just, there it is. It's all sitting there. We have right here the description, right? And what do I do? What I recommended yesterday is add the table of contents, right? This is a geography coloring book. It doesn't have a lot of text to it, but I do have a whole list of maps that are in this book. If somebody is looking for something that might relate to one of these topics, there it is, right? You have 4,000 characters, and I recommend that you use as many as you can. Over on the right side of the page, over here, this is where the add to cart button. This is where you buy the book, and you just add to cart. If there's a Kindle book, you'll have that button here. If there's an audio book, those buttons will be stretched out right in this area right here. What is cool about this section right here is just either below it or above it. It can be either way, and I don't know why they mix around. It seems sometimes the print is below and the ebook is above. You have social media buttons. You can promote your book right from Amazon. So let's promote my book today. I'm going to go to Twitter, click on the little Twitter. It gives you the link, gives you the name of the book, and I'm just going to say, start coloring your world today. Okay, tweet. There it goes. You get a picture. How cool is that? I just promoted my book, just like that, sitting in front of you, no effort. It's on Twitter. I can put it on Facebook. I can put it on Pinterest. Let's just go throw it out on Pinterest. I already have my Pinterest set up. I'm just going to find where it goes. I don't know. We'll stick it here. Boom. It's good enough for the moment. All right. Let's take that out of here. Now I want to show you something that is just amazing. All right. I want to go to my new book. So this is my new book. This is the Kindle version of my new book, How to Sell. And notice what's over here. This is on ebooks and a lot of paperbacks, but it's actually paperback books that have ebook versions, I believe. See right here, it says embed. You get some embed code for your book that you can put on your website. I just did this before coming on today. I set up a test page on my site on Bruce Jones Design. Here is what you get. You take this little piece of code. In fact, let me come back here just so you can see it. I click on this and you'll see this is what you get. And you can get the link and you can get, I actually haven't tested that one, so I don't know what it does, but I did the embed code because depending on how you're going to stick it on your site, I use the embed code. You just copy this link right here. Isn't that cool? All right. And now I went over, I set up a little HTML box. It's one of the options in my software that I can just make a box. And this is what you get, right? Now watch this. It has a buy on Amazon button. It has a share button and it has a free preview. And I've noticed is it's sharing on the print one, it shares the ebook version. That doesn't really matter. Let's go look. All right. So look at this. This is what you get. Now you can buy it. It's right here, but watch this. Look at this, table of contents. This gives you more information than is on the look inside feature. Look at this. This is almost the entire first, I don't know how many pages, it's 62. I guess they just take off a percentage of the book. Look at that. Isn't that unbelievable? You can have your book on your site in this like viewable format with a buy button straight to Amazon. I need to go and reorganize my book pages. I put up book pages. Here's my inside where I was doing the work. Let me just go to exit to dashboard. So I put a book catalog page. This is the site on my site. This is sort of my main site now. And I have books. And here are my geography books all listed, and now I can go and put these really cool previews on my books. Isn't that cool? Isn't that amazing? So just something to think about, put in the back of your head, but I would say check that out. That's a very, very cool thing. All right, up at the top also we have the look inside, and for me this is one of the most significant things. I've talked about it a little bit yesterday. We talked about it with the table of contents. If you click the look inside, you get to see inside your book. It's a different preview than the embed one. And they generally give you sort of a bunch of pages. If you have a coloring book, you don't get that many pages. If you have a textbook, you get more pages. You can just click through it or you can scroll down. This is, remember I talked about putting your artwork. If you have a coloring or picture book or anything, put your artwork on your table, your disclaimer copyright page, because they always show that page. So start the process right away. Here, this is a coloring book. They don't show a whole lot, but actually this book's been on a lot of time, so they're actually showing a lot more than I thought they would. It takes a few weeks for this to kind of go, but everybody can see it. One of the pages they show you is the back cover. Again, make your back covers work for you because it's one of the pages that they show. So important pages are your cover page, right? So your cover's working, your disclaimer page, your contents page, because that's a place that you can sell your book, your table of contents page. In fact, here they actually didn't show the table of contents. Usually they do. Let's go to my other book. And we'll just look at that, look inside. Let's see here. Let's just kind of check that out. All right, here they are, because it's this is, I believe, this is the print version. The ebook one hasn't shown up yet. Here they are showing the table of contents. It kind of takes a little while for it all to appear, but here's my book. All right, they show the table of contents. They usually show the first couple of pages of the content, and they show the back cover. You can also click to them right here. So this is one of your primary ways that people are going to learn about your book is through this feature. So what I recommend to do is go look at your competitors' books, look at how theirs are structured, see what you like, see what you don't like, and make sure your book is structured in the right way. It's kind of hit or miss what they do after the first few pages, what they're going to show. But this is the primary way that people are going to be able to see the inside of your book. So something to think about. All right. Below here, we had the question that came up. I don't know. I can't remember who. Maybe Debbie did it or something. I can't remember, about bundling. And I said, let's wait till today and we'll talk about bundling. So what Amazon does with books is they will bundle them together in packages. And very often, if you use your series, they'll be the series. But you'll notice that Amazon has put together two books. This is one of my books. This is another book. And this is a competitor's book. So one, this tells you how people are buying this book. They're telling you, the author, that people are bundling this book up. It's also telling me that they're buying a world book with my book, US book and world regional books. I have a world book. Mine isn't in here, but they're buying it. They're giving you a price. Treat this as market research. This is an amazing market research thing because you're learning how Amazon sees your book right here. All right. So the packages, you can look at this and you can put together a package like this. Maybe you put these two books together and call it the US and World Maps book. Maybe I need to do that. I have so many books and so many things going. It's hard for me to remember all the things to do. But this is Amazon giving me marketing information about my book. You can go to your competitor's book and see how they get packaged and what do they put together and what are the combinations? What are the price points? I sell a bundle for $10 on my PDF book. I might be able to go higher. Don't know. Or I can put together a combination just like this. I have all three of these books. Two of them are mine. This one, I have this book and my version of it. There's a price, $33. So make mine $33. So I'm just saying is go look at your books, look at what Amazon's doing. They're giving you tons of information here. And look at what they did here. They figured out where my book fits, 7 to 9. I didn't really know. I don't know where my book really fits, but they have kind of figured that out. Grade level 2 to 3. I can now take this information right here. This is new. I hadn't seen this before. And I can take and rewrite my description. Here's my description right here. I don't say anything about age. I can now go and take this and feed this information back in and update my description. That this is a 90-page book, great for 7 to 9-year-olds in grade levels 2 to 3, and it's in English. So here are two jewels, little golden nuggets from the Amazon page that I need to add to my books. We come down, other books you may like. Again, treat this as competitive information about how Amazon sees your book and how it fits into the world. There's a section here called the editorial review. You used to be able to add into this. I don't know exactly how to do it. In Author Central, you could put stuff in here. You could sort of fatten this up. I'm not sure exactly how to do it yet. I just was in there a moment ago. I'm going to go back in a moment, but I'm not sure. Below that is product details. You may never have looked at that, but this is where the bestseller rank, when you hear about people having bestseller books, this book was published. Look at that reading stuff is in here too. It's been added in here. I published this book in 2011, and it is still the number 20 book in World Atlas, number 30 in Children's General Social Studies, and 44 in Social Studies. This has been a best-selling book for 10 years. This is one of my best books. And it's number 46,000 in overall out of the 8 million books that are on Amazon. So we had somebody commenting in the group today about these numbers. I need to go in and add the other 7. You have a total of 10 categories. But wouldn't that info that you come from your Amazon author page? It was, Angela, it was. And I'll go look at it. But they seem to have taken it out, this stuff up here. So this book, anything really in the top 100, you can sort of say is traditionally has been the Amazon bestseller rank, but I'm number 20, 30, and 44 in these categories. These move around a lot. Don't get too hung up on them. Though I like that I see this because I know it's reflected in the sales, but they change their rankings every hour. They're constantly moving around. You can get crazy trying to think about it. People only really care about this when it gets launched. But even after 10 years, it's still doing really well. This is my biography. And this comes from the Amazon Author Central, is where this biography comes from. I just updated this morning, so I haven't refreshed the page. Let's refresh the page. I did this morning. Let me see where it is. Look at my numbers are now 28, 39, 68. So who knows? I just put my new book in here. I always try to put the latest book in my biography, and I'll show you where you do that. More related items. And then we come down here to the reviews. So if you buy my book, I love a review. This is where they show up. And you're going to get all kinds of reviews. And they've added a new feature in here, which are these keywords. These are words that appear in these reviews. They've sort of, it's like one of those org things. I can't think what those called. Those bubbles with the words, the most popular words. They're giving them to you. So why are these important? Well, you can go back. Once your book has been up for a while and you have a few reviews, you can go back and update your description and make sure you have some of these words rolling through your country names. I'm not sure that's in the review. I need to go look at it. Geography, I'm not sure, is there. Coloring book is there. Outlines. These are words that are important to the people who are reviewing, and Amazon collects them. And then you have all your different reviews, 5-star to 1-star. You are going to get negative reviews. That's just the name of the game. That's just how it works. Don't worry about it. If you see a lot of negative reviews, maybe you have a problem in your book. You need to fix your book. I'll show you where you can get access to these. You do not want to get in any kind of contest where you're going at somebody. You just sort of let them go. Just let them go. You're going to get good ones. You're going to get bad ones. Hopefully you get more good, but there's some bad ones in here too. So to pay attention, if you're creating a new book, there is gold in here. And you want to pay attention to two areas, the 2-star reviews and the 4-star reviews. So as you start a book, you want to go to your competitors' books and look at their 4-star reviews and their 2-star reviews. And you say, well, why not the 5 and the 1? The 4 is you're going to get a little more honest review. You're going to get someone who says, I like this book. It's a great book, but, and you want to pay attention to the buts. Those are the pain points of the book. I liked it, but it didn't do this. And I liked it, but it didn't do that. You, in your book, can fix the buts. You can make something new, or maybe the second edition of your book. This is where you go and learn about what is your book doing or not doing by looking at the reviews. The 2-star review is the same thing. I didn't like this book, except I liked this thing, or I liked that thing. So those are things you want to pay attention to because they're probably a little more honest, but you can use that material to create your book. So one of the things that I did when I was creating this book is I did this exercise. This is another one of my best-selling books, is I went and read the reviews, and the reviews said, I want the lines. I'd love to have the lines for writing sheet music, the notes, a little further apart because a lot of the books are too tight. And I'd like a little bit of music theory. So I said, oh, I can do that. So in my book, in this book, I added a little bit of music theory for the book. I added the stuff at the front, and I added some of my chord. I picked up the same pages. I just made them black and white from my chord book, and I put them at the back of the book. And I made the lines a little further apart, the staff lines. Then I turned those into positive benefits for the book. In my description, I say, I've added a little music theory and the lines apart so that you can be, it's much easier to write. So just something to think about. You can take and use that material. You can go rewrite your descriptions, but take a look at the reviews of your competitor's book and really go through and look at the pain points and the plus points that people write about the books. It's, it really makes a big difference. So, all right. So if we keep going down, I think that's it on the Amazon review. All right. So let's go and take a look at Amazon Central. So matched up with this, let me get my thing down here so we can see it. So Amazon Central, or Amazon Author Central, and this is mine. We're going to go into mine. So is a website that Amazon gives everybody who publishes a book, and they just revamped this whole thing. It's all brand new. They give you this website that is your website on Amazon. It's your home on Amazon, and it's where you can put your books. You can tie in your blogs. You can take the feed from your blogs. It has bio information. It's the bio information that ends up in your author bio section on Amazon. It's just central area. You can just search on Amazon Author Central. I use the same password I use for Amazon. I go in. It just doesn't seem to matter. And how do you see this? Where is it located? So if I come over to my book, and you'll notice right below any author who's done this, and if you don't do this, Amazon will still put some page there, but you want to do this. So you just say visit Amazon's Author Central, and you click on it, and this is what you get. All right. So you have a headshot, and you have your description. This is what I just updated today. This is my bio. I just uploaded a new picture today. You can get videos and pictures. I have down here my blogs feed into this. So every time, so here's the challenge right here, is right in here. So anybody who might follow me and go to this page, they can see my stuff. And all my books are up here. Okay. And it's just a place that anybody, most of us have gone to this place and looked at other authors' sites, but this is your home on Amazon. And then all the books are listed here, and then you can read them, go click on them to navigate around. I have all my pages. They're me. You can follow an author and all that kind of stuff. So let's just try to dig in here a little bit, take a look at it. So you have a bunch of things. You have your profile, right? So I just updated this. You can update your profile, edit. It's pretty easy. You can add new pictures. I don't know how many you can have, but you can have you can see this one now says 3 months because they just moved everything over to this. So you can add pictures. You have all your books in here, right? So you can it's just a catalog of books, and you can click this button and add more books. So it's pretty easy to do, and you can search on different marketplaces, what books you have in what places. You can do this by most popular. Let's see what shows up. I think that's actually the most popular at the moment. This book's been selling, and there's 2 editions. That's the Kindle and the other one. And then you have reports. So this is just a general sort of report. It isn't the same report you might have in the KDP report for your books, but you can look at your sales rank for each book, kind of where it sits. As you can see, sometimes these numbers don't make any sense. We saw it was 48,000 and now it's 60,000. It goes all over the place. It jumps around. But you can sort of check all that out. You can do the book scan. This is why you have the ISBN, temporarily unavailable. So they haven't hooked that in lately. But that'll tell you when that's working, where your book's selling. Let's see here if I can get this to go back. It doesn't want to go back. See if we can get that back. Website temporarily unavailable. All right. Well, let's see if we can find it and go with Author Central. I guess it just went down while we're doing it. Anyways, there's all this stuff. I think I have it here in my, let's go back over here. That's odd. That's awkward, as they say. That's awkward. We'll go back to, this is why you have a backup. That's strange that it would go down in the middle of all that. See if we have it in here. I don't know. I thought I had it in here. Amazon. I was going to do the tour. Anyways, so there you go. So that's the Amazon Author Central. At the moment it's down. It'll come back up. But it's easy to add all the information into it and pull it all together. So those are the 2 things. It's the Amazon sales page. Then as you create an officially published account, you create as opposed to doing anything in your name. Good question. I will come to that. That's a great question. Aubrey, that's a great question. I'll do that in a moment. All right. So let's talk about some publishing lessons. These are just some lessons that I have learned over the last 10 years of publishing books, different kinds of things that I have. And for me, very often is the most important sale is the first one. And the reason for this is that you know everything is working. The book is available on Amazon or wherever you have it. People can buy it. They can order it. It comes to their house. The money comes into your accounts. The first sale is important. After that, it's all marketing. It's just that's what you're going to be doing. That's kind of what this challenge has been about, is marketing. But this is the whole journey up to getting it up onto Amazon. So can be a long journey. So getting that first sale, somebody actually buying your book, is a big deal. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. So what I mean by this is you can publish anything you want. Some people would say you should be in a genre or a niche and just stay in there and really get identified with that. I disagree with that a lot. I publish books in geography, music, children's, business. I publish whatever I'm interested in. the different niches don't crisscross on each other that much. And if they do, so what? We have this sort of really unique moment in time where we can publish our books and get them out and know they'll be published. And we have lots of interests and go ahead and do it. The other thing is you really have no idea what's going to work. I put that point right at the beginning of this book that I really have no idea what's going to work. It just kind of works. Some things work and some don't. So you need to try whatever. You know, sometimes the books I did the fastest worked the best, and the ones I agonized over for a long time did the worst. But you just don't know. Don't fall in love with your title. We talked about this a lot. This was the test, and we did this yesterday with the Amazon, the 3 tests, the book cover test, the Amazon book cover test, the search test on Google, YouTube, and Amazon, and the don't make me think test. All right. You don't want to have to think about your cover, your title. The previous title I had for this book, I wasn't quite sure what the book was really about. So you want to make sure that at a glance you know what this book is about. The don't make me think test is really, really important. You want to give it to some people who aren't familiar with your book. Put your book in front of them or put the picture of the cover and go, what do you think this book is about? And keep your mouth quiet and see what they say. And, do they say what you think they're going to say, or do they say something different? That's the same thing as putting your titles in Google and Amazon and YouTube search. Do you get where you think you're going to be? Change your title if it isn't working. Publish, publish, publish. Get the book out. Hit that publish button. It's one of the things that's hard for a lot of people, is hitting that publish button. Just publish. We're on print on demand. It's updatable. In the old world, when you published a book, that was it. It was fixed. It was on a shelf. No one can change it. You can change your book. If there's a mistake, change your book. You can fix it. It's not the end, but get it out the door. I often will say to people that publishing a book is the fulfillment of a dream you didn't know you had. It's transformative. It can change your life by publishing your book. And I've seen it happen over and over, where it gives order to people's lives and moves things forward. But it only happens if you hit that publish button. So super important. No audience, no sales. If you don't have an audience, no one's going to buy your book. So if you're wondering why your book isn't selling, is you don't have an audience of some kind, some way. Nobody's coming to your website. No one's going to see it on Amazon. That's something you need to fix. You need to build your audience. That's your platform. Friends, family, coworker, email, people that you meet, anything. That's this whole challenge, is about how to build that audience and get awareness for your books. Giveaway to get. You can give away sections of your book. I gave, I remember, if you remember, in this book, I put up an unedited PDF version of this book for a while. One to kind of test the book and to see what happened, and see if there's interest in it. I sold it at, I think, $7 and sold quite a few of them at that price. So it said, okay, this book resonates in some way, and that's basically the price of the ebook version now. And you can test prices that way, or just give it away. Just give away chapters, give away pieces, build that audience. Use your book as a marketing tool for anything. It may be that you use it to get clients, or you're using it for a conference, or using it for something else. The book isn't necessarily always the most important part of the process. So be willing to give it away to get the other thing that you want. If you can close a big consulting deal because you gave them your book, don't fuss about the cost of the book. It's just part of the cost of doing business. You need traffic to make sales. We talked a little bit here about the 1% rule, and I think it's somewhere around there. So I know, like with I have the software map product that I do, and for a long time, for every 140 visitors I got to the site, I got an order. So that's less than 1%. So you just need people. You just have to get people to come to your stuff, to see your stuff. But if you can get them, they will buy. Put ads on the website for your book. So by ads, I mean put thumbnails with links to Amazon. Put a little cell line at the bottom of your blog post. You're basically creating signposts, little advertising signposts all over the place, as many as you can, with the hope that someone's going to stumble across it, read this content, want to learn more, and maybe buy your book. But if you don't do it, people won't know. They won't know how to get it. That's the point of today. Make your book easy to buy. So put the tools in front of people so they can see it. The calls to action. This is one that comes up a lot. This is keep one's author name if possible. I understand the pseudonym, and sometimes it's really important for safety reasons, or or whatever that you need to hide who you are. But if possible, use your name on your book. We are a Facebook, Google, YouTube. We are all those platforms want your real name in some way. And it becomes really hard to market your book if it isn't you. You're always saying, here's, John Smith wrote this book. And, I'm just, my pseudonym is Bruce Jones, or I'm really named John Smith. It becomes so difficult to market your books because you can't just sort of say, I'm Bruce, here's my book by Bruce, and it all goes together. It gets in the way. So I understand if you have to do it, but if you can avoid it, and if it's just sort of a choice you're making to have a funky name, then I would really think about that. So healthy book descriptions. You have 4,000 characters, use them, include your table of contents in your TOC, your table of contents. If you don't have anything else to write, like my map coloring books, there isn't a lot to write about, but I have a table of contents with a lot of maps. So it's all helping search. You're always thinking from the terms of the Google search engine, the Amazon search engine, the YouTube search engine. People put in words looking for things. If there are words on the other end, they might match up and it grabs it and pulls it back. If there aren't any words on the other end, then it's not going to find it. So in your descriptions, your images, all that kind of stuff. So a healthy book description, describe your book. And I always put the table of contents because it's just so easy and convenient. You can throw it in there. So short books are fine. You can sell more. This is the Johnny Truant thing I talked about. Don't publish a 400-page book. Break it up and make 200-page books. You have more books, and then you can put them together and call it the compilation. Now you have 3 books. You have 3 opportunities to sell and cross-promote. So, and I just thought there's a comment coming on here, but I'll put it in the bottom of my the book. Where's my book description area here? I put some. Let me just find that link because it's right here. I put in here some resources. I put some book description. I can't find where I just saw it earlier. But anyways, in here, there are some descriptions. Let me just put some in the comments. But there's also, I put some how to write good book descriptions. There's a lot of resources online to do that. But short books are fine. Link them together. It gives you more opportunities to sell. You can put together packages. You can put deals. You can give one away for free. A lot of people do that. You write a book, then you write the second book, and then you make the first book free with the lead into the second book. I don't have it right here in front of me, but I often will put on some of my coloring books now, I put the next book in the series, I put a few pages of it at the back of the book. Start the chapter of the next book at the back of your book. Remember, you can update stuff. If you don't have a second book, you will at some point. Go grab that chapter, go back to the original file, add the pages back in, and re-upload it. And now you have a promotional piece in there. Leave earlier editions up on Amazon. I talked about this yesterday, but this was something told to me by Amazon is don't take them down because they all sell. Everything sells at some point, and they're just other versions, other editions of the book, and just leave them up there. Somebody might buy it. And, for them, that book worked for them. You don't have to feel guilty. We don't feel guilty about books that are in our used bookstores. We don't go around and take them out. We leave them there. The book is the book. So it just gives you more titles. Readers buy a lot of print books. So we always hear a lot about ebooks. All the launches are ebooks. Most of my money comes from print books because I do coloring books and map books and music books and things like that. But I say is do both. You're so close. When you have one done, you're now so close to the other one is put them both up and they get linked on the page and people can make a choice. What you're really doing is you are delivering you let your audience and your reader pick the format that they want. It's not your job to pick the format. It's their job to pick the one that they want. They might want an ebook. Next person wants a print book. Next person wants an audio book. Try to do all the different formats that you can. But I sell a lot of print books. Almost all of my books are print books. Of the 34,000, it's probably 30,000 of them are print books. Sell from inside your book. We did this a lot yesterday. Inside back cover. Make sure you have a catalog page or a book page. Cross promote. You can put your products. The back end of the book is yours to do what you want with. I do that on all of my books. I put something at the back so that they know I have other books. And what I'm doing here, sometimes I'll direct them to Amazon. This time I'm directing it to my website because this one, and this one are PDF books. So you don't have to just sell paper, real books from Amazon in the back of your books. You can sell PDF books. You can sell anything you want in the back of your book. So if you have a product, you have a book, do it. I also sell PDF versions of this book. There's a PDF version, and in the link in the description for this video, Facebook above, YouTube it's below. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. Love that. I sell a PDF version with bonus files, bonus videos, like these videos and other videos. So it's an enhanced product. Some people want it that way. Tablets are huge, and PDFs work in tablets. Books find a sales level. So this is, if you just want to know about selling books, how much can you expect? People are always thinking it's going to be all over the place. So I'll just give you some of my numbers, just so you have a sense of where I am at. And I sell 300 to 400 books a month. It's about, right now, it's about $1,200 to $1,400 a month in book sales. But I have three main levels for my books. So I have the 10 to 15 copies a month books. I'm trying to think of what this might be. This book. This is probably a 10 to 15 copy a book a month. And what I find is that once it hits its level, it will just stay at that level for a long time, right? It's just like somehow that's its thing. Whatever I've done with the advertising, however I've driven traffic, whatever's on the world looking for stuff, once it hits the level, it just sort of stays there. Now it might jump up or come down, but it will find a level and it's consistent. I think of my books as little engines or little businesses, right? They just churn along. Each book is a business, and it has a certain level, and that's just where it is. And you can do more to get it up if you can, but that's where it is. Then I have a 25 to 35 copies a month, a few books in there. That's my mid-level sellers. And then my best sellers, so like this book, and this book are in. This one's been like that for a while. This has been like for years, but lately it has fallen. I think there's some competition out there. Let me go. Let's just see here. I'm just going to show you where you see this. Let's just go here. I think we got a little time. We got just a moment here. We're getting near the end, but I want to just website temporarily. I don't know what's going on there. Let's just try. I just want to go to KDP Amazon. I'm just going to go into my account, sign in. This is the KDP side. This is where you upload your books and all that kind of stuff. But up in here at the top is reports. And I'm just going to go to report. And here are the reports for this month. All right, you can see the tracking there. So today I've sold 6 books, paperback books. It looks like yesterday I sold 13 books. This day I sold 20. Well, there's 2 things going here, 21 books and 23 books. So I think these are, I don't know exactly where they go with this, but they're distributed somewhere in bulk. But these are the sales that are going on, but they have a new report. Let me just show you this. So this is the new report. So today on my books, I've sold $24 in books, and today's top earners. So my Canada book, my World Regional book, and another version of the book. Sometimes it's confusing kind of where they're going. But if I go to my royalty estimator right here, you can see this is the royalties for the month, right? This is the month of January. So it's January 1st to January 30th. We're almost done. And here you can see my book sales for the month, all right? So all the books, and then this book, World Regional, has had $553 in sales, Canada $150. This is going on now. I've been talking about it, so it's 77. That's come on kind of nice. My US book, there's my Cord book. But you can see all the rankings and everything that's going on with my books. This is a pretty typical month lately of where I'm at. And they have a new thing in here. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I've had it before. Let me see. All books, orders. Yep. So you can see, all right, 367 that I've overall this month. You can see right there. That's my sales for the month, which is pretty good. And then, and here they are. They list all the books. So I know I have 50 books, but they actually have 70 books. So it must count Kindle and combinations and stuff like that. But you can see how many books here. So here's World Regional, 155 books this month. US and Canada, 45. So you can see my numbers. All right. So this is sort of in this range. And then here's my mid-level sellers right here. Right. So this used to be up in this range, but for some reason it's fallen down. But there's my mid-levels. And then I come down here, and here's my bottom levels right here for this month. All right. So it just sort of shows you sort of how the sales break down on a pretty successful. This is a good month. Book sales, and this just kind of goes along, and this will be like this. It'll just kind of keep going along and going along. So I hope that's not too. Yes, I know. It's not too shabby for a side hustle. It's here was Debbie's comment here. Yeah, no, that's why I do this. It's been good. That's why I say make lots of different kind of book, because you just don't know what's going to work, and it makes a nice little side income that goes along year after year after year after year on my books. So. Let's go back to here. Yeah, it's fun. It's just fun. But you just make more, just keep making your books. Keep making your books. That's all. All right. I think that's it. That's my sales level. So let's just sort of wrap up here. I just wanted to wear my notes that I'm going to wrap up for the challenge. We're kind of finishing up the hour. We're just a little over an hour. And remember to put your prize, put any kind of comments in the comment section. What are the 3 main things that you learned today? Just put those in, and that'll be great. And then I'm going to get to questions in just a moment. Put them in the comments. Just what are the 3 points that you kind of pulled away from today? So that'll be great. It also helps a lot with just knowing kind of where things are going. So let's just wrap up the 4-day challenge. So day 1, we talked about using your book's content to sell your book. So it's take the content from your book, the text, your text, your images, that kind of stuff, and spread it all over the place. In video, in text, in images. Put good names on them, good titles. Use Google and Amazon and YouTube to take the blog titles, put them in, see if it resonates, fix them. But just spread your book's content. You have it, it's done, and just spread that stuff out there. The second day, day 2, we talked about taking that content and then using social media, spread it, cross-promote it, just really push it out into all the different platforms. So on day 1, I like to have that content put on sort of permanent sites that are long-lasting, like a blog or a website. YouTube, I put in that category. And Pinterest, I would put in that category too. That stuff stays up for a long time. Day 2, we talked about social media and spreading awareness. Now, this is where you move into the Twitters and the Facebooks and the LinkedIns and all those places, just spreading this content around with clear paths coming back to Amazon. We also talked about that the barriers have fallen in publishing, marketing, advertising, broadcasting, and distribution. With print on demand, we now have access. We're broadcasting this through YouTube, through Facebook. It'll be on my blog. It's basically costing me nothing. Anybody can do this. You can use Facebook Lives. I'm using StreamYard. I think next week sometime I'm going to try to do a show where I talk about how I put all this together and all the things. In fact, I drew up this. Let me just show you. I did this yesterday, thinking about what I had done. And this, I'll show you here. Just take a look at this. You can screenshot this, or I'll put a graphic up somewhere. This is what I did. Here it all is. Whoops, here we go. Right there. Right? That's the whole system that I put together of all the places and things that I did to spread this content out and get it out there. So that's doing that. We also talked about, but the barriers have fallen. Zoom is now, we're all Zoomified. So there is a platform that almost everybody that you need to contact has used or is on or is familiar with. It's also really easy to train. It gives you access to have one-on-one conversations or one-to-group conversations with people, and the willingness for people to buy. So that's over video. You can sell now over video. It just makes things so much easier to do than we used to be able to do, and it's okay to do it that way. So day 3, yesterday we talked about the many ways of selling, and that was, we always think that we're going to be just putting this book on Amazon, but we talked about 25 different ways that we could sell. In the back of your book, retail in your local neighborhood, in your book, real world. We talk about repurposing your content, where I said that some of my most successful books and products came from a previous product, not from the original product. They were the number 2 product out of that stream. So we can repurpose, especially if you have books that have graphics in them, but even books that aren't, like how-to books and self-help books and things, you can put, info charts, and you can make workbooks, and you can do all kinds of things with them. So we talked a lot about that. Go back to day 3. And today, day 4 is make your book easy to buy. Make it clear and put good links so that people they made a lot of effort to get to you. What I always try to think about with my sites like Acoustic Music TV is you want to reward the viewer for making the effort to come to you. And did you make a copy of mine that we can have? I'll post it. Let me come back to that moment. I'll post it. It's not quite done, but it's almost done. So make your book easy to buy. That's the key. And use all the tools. That new tool, look at that new embed tool. Isn't that super cool? You can put that on any blog. I haven't tried putting it into Facebook yet. Maybe it works on Facebook. I don't know, but we can try it. Amazon Author Central, that's another tool. It's just your site. People go there, they look, and so it's there. So those are the 4 days. I just wanted to give a huge thank you to everybody who joined. We have people who've hung in here for the whole thing. We've had prize winners. Remember, fill out your things. Anybody who puts a comment, you're gonna get access to the checklists and the worksheet PDFs. So those are kind of cool for people to do. And that's right here. And it's been a lot of fun to do this. I've loved everybody coming in with all their great comments. I'm going to go over to them in a second here. I can see there's a whole bunch. It's just been a thrill. So we'll be doing more of this kind of stuff. All right, let's go. Let's just go down through the comments. Let's see here. What do we got? Happy to be here, Angela. Yes, thank you, Angela. Angela's one of our prize winners, and we'll be doing something, doing consulting or something. So yep, Debbie, you did great. Thank you so much for being here. Debbie's been a regular on all this stuff. This is cool. Remember, I screen captured this. This was the best. Let me just move this out of the way. All right. So yeah, no, use them however you want. There's Keith doing that. The quote book. Yep, doing a book. I got a workbook in the works. Yeah. Workbooks are super easy. It's usually just 2 pages or 3 or 4 pages, just repeated over and over again. It's not like writing an entire book. You can take the same cover design that you did on your book. When I showed you the Mary Jane one, she did a different cover, but there's nothing wrong with just taking the cover and just putting the words workbook across it. You don't have to change the cover design, just add the words workbook on it, and you're ready to go. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Workbooks work really, really well in PDF because they can sell them in lots of ways, and you can charge a lot more for them than the real book because you're giving value. People are learning, doing something with it. So test that stuff out. Hiya. All right, Barry's here. Self-promotion is not coming naturally. I had to force myself to do it. Yep, I 100% agree. It's now I can sit up here and say, go buy my book and please get a review. But I still cringe a little bit doing it. But it's the only way that we get. We're supposed to. This is like a business, right? We're trying to sell books and create books. That's what this challenge has been about. That's what I try to support. Is our books don't do anything if they're just sitting on a shelf that we did it, but it didn't get out to the world. So you're just making awareness and getting it out there. 6 impressions to get it. Yeah, I would agree. 6 to 10 impressions. That probably fits in that 1% rule. You just have to have it in lots of places. You just don't know what's going to happen when. Actually, like this drawing. I just noticed this. My wife did this before we came on today. It's there's money in that crazy guy. But yeah, you just need it in lots of places, lots of ways, lots of times. You just don't know what's going to work. Bundling is not just for cable providers anymore. No, I have known about bundling for years and years. I've done it when I can try to figure out how to do it. Selling the books as coloring books. There's nothing, if you had a pretty thick coloring book, break it in half. Sell it as a PDF on Gumroad. You buy one book, so put up 2 sites. We'll book half one and book the half 2, and then sell the combo bundle of them together. So think about all the ways that you see people bundle things. People love bundles. They love saving money. And you're just selling air. We're selling PDFs. It's just electrons. There's no inventory. There's nothing coming out. even if we can bundle them together on Amazon, there's nothing coming from us. We're not paying anybody to do this. It's basically free. It's, just we have a royalty. Amazon picks up everything else. Figure out a ways to do it. People love to buy that way. And so just figure out how to do it. Will you next be about running for office? Yes. So as I said, this is election year. I will be running. I ran for office, and I am an elected official in my town, and I will be doing it again. And one of the ways I was successful is I used social media in my campaign. And all of the opposing party, when they came up to me at poll standing, who I never met, said, "We know who you are. We see you. You're everywhere," because I use social media to put my message out there. So it works. It works. I was the highest vote getter in my district from 0, never having done anything. Great idea to put a table of contents in the back cover, especially for how to exactly just go look at other books. Go to Barnes and Noble or Brooks or just go to Amazon and just bring them up and look what people are doing. But that's a selling platform. It's a selling page on your book. Just make it look good. Put some pictures maybe around it. Just list, here's what's in the book. People are going to look at that. So that's just something that's, important to do. Way cool. It's all way cool. So let's see. Keith said, amazing is your website preview and directly linked. I just discovered this recently. I was like, what is that embed thing? What is that? And they give you more than you get on the See Inside feature. And the button's sitting right there. I know I just haven't had time to implement it and figure out how to mix it into things. But if you have a website or a blog, you can use that code, and it's a pretty cool thing. So have you done any translations? I haven't. Mostly I sell to the English language. That's what I sell. But England, in fact, on that report, that Amazon report, it tells you the countries that you sell to, and the marketplaces. Amazon is in United States, United Kingdom in terms of the book stuff, Germany, France, Japan, Canada, Italy, India, Netherlands, Brazil, Mexico, Australia. They're all around. They're all over the place. But I haven't had any real issues with translation other than the music book. Remember the music book where somebody wanted me to translate this book for left-handed people? Remember? And I just flipped it over and made another book. So you just never know. Wouldn't that info about you come from me? Yeah, and exactly. So what Angela's talking about is that the editorial stuff. You used to be able to edit that. I didn't show you this thing. Hold on a second. I don't know whether Amazon Author Central is back up or not. Let me see. If it is, because I can show you this. Amazon Author Central. I just want to see if it's back up. It is. Let me show you something. This goes with this question. And I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go here. And here. So I'm going to go back into Amazon Author Central for a moment. And what it relates to is where does this text come from, right? Actually, it's on this book. Where does this? Where is it? I think it's this. There's some text that shows up in here, usually in this area right here, and it's sort of editorial text, and you can customize it. I don't know where the new button is on it, but I did want to show you this. This is the customer review button. You can get into your customer reviews. I forgot to show you this because it crashed. But these are your customer reviews on your books, right? And they're all right here. You can read them all. And I recommend that you do read them, but, sometimes it's a little hard. It used to be you could edit these. You could comment on these. I guess they've taken that away, or we have to figure out how they do it. But it used to be you could comment on them right in here. There was a link. See, this book is awesome. It's blank, country names, photocopy approved. See that? That was something I learned right here. This was the new thing that I learned. And I made something that was a side thing for me. I made it as a benefit and put it on the front cover of the book. Photocopy approved. People, look at that. This is where you learn a lot about your books, is read your book reviews and see what people think about it. And if there's a problem, you can probably fix the problem. I had a book a while ago that It was a while ago. It was a children's book, an ABC book, and I had actually put the alphabet in wrong. I had 2 X's instead of a Z. UDXYZ, it was XXZZ or XXZ or something like that. I didn't know about that. I just didn't know I had done that until I looked at the reviews and saw somebody said, this is a really nice book, but this guy doesn't know the alphabet. It's like, oh, painful. But I went and fixed it because this is print on demand. I uploaded a new file. I also was able to make a comment that says, thank you so much for pointing that out. I have fixed that. So I'll leave reviews. And thank you, Debbie. Reviews are really important. They really help the book. So if anybody that has bought a book, print or ebook, I'd love to have a review. It really helps authors promote their books. It helps get the books out there and people see it. So we do pay attention to it. So is it advantageous to create an official publisher account on Amazon as opposed to doing everything in your name? I don't know the full answer to this. I do everything in my name, and I do it that way, and I think that's fine. Less sort of businessy stuff that goes on, the better. And I don't know. I don't know much about doing that official publisher. I think, but if you use your own ISBN, you purchase your own ISBN, then you become the publisher, and in that case, you'll have your publisher name. So all the publishers of all my books are Amazon. I think they call them. I can't remember what they call them, but they have a name for it. It's called, independently published now. It used to say CreateSpace, and then it was something else. Now it just says independently. Well, that's a weird name for a publishing company. But anyways, if you have an ISBN, it'll be your publishing company name. And I wouldn't necessarily form an LLC. I would just call it, call it something that Bruce Jones Books or Publishing or something. To make your description easier to read, yep, there's a link. It's in the thing. There's a whole bunch of them. Just search on writing good book descriptions. You'll get tons of great links to people who write about how to make book descriptions. They're super easy to do. You do not. I would not do this. Barcode generator. You don't need to do this. All you need is the ISBN number. Just give them the number. It goes a little slot for it, and they generate it. You can run into different kinds of issues. You do not want to put it. Though sometimes, in fact, I was reading one today where I think it's in our group. Somebody posted about it. Amazon didn't like it. They just posted their new one on top of theirs. So you don't need to do any barcodes at all. It just doesn't. It's generated by the companies. So not too shabby. Side hustle, yes. Well, that's why I know I can go out there and do it, because I've actually had some pretty good success for 10 years. And, it's on the front of my book. Where is it? How much money I made and all that kind of, how many books I sold. But it's just make a lot of books and promote them, and you can do it too. Yeah, but it helps. It's nice. As far as tax deductions, computer software, travel, if you do conference speaking, what kind of things are applicable? Are the royalties an entirely different animal? I just treat royalties as income. They're just income. It's just part of my sales for my year, whatever I'm doing. It's just income like any other income. The other stuff, you'd have to talk to your tax person about that. I generally don't write anything in that equipment. I haven't bought equipment for a while, but when I had an office, I would write off the equipment. But I don't like little flags of the IRS to know. And I just treat the royalties. They're just income. So that's the easiest way to do it. If a third of your year, what is the front income? Do you ever sleep? People do ask that. Well, I just enjoy this. I love it. It's such a unique opportunity to go out and make books. I've wanted to make books since I was a little kid. I have this opportunity and the skill, and I know how to do it, and it's just fun. And it's just fun. That's all. That's all I do it. That's why I do it. It makes nice money, but I probably do the books even if it didn't make money. That isn't the reason I make the books. I make it just because I have messages and things I want to share, and I'd like to try. The web gives you opportunity to experiment and try things and do things. And remember, you're selling to a global world. It isn't just your neighborhood. You're selling to England, Germany, and Australia, and South Africa, and all kinds of places. So it's a big market out there. Yeah, it's there. So top tips. Oh, great. Okay, here, let me just screen capture this. So top tips today, we have, I love my Grab app. Have a catalog page. Yes. Do a thumbnail test. Yes. Use the keywords in the reviews within the description. Yes. Look at it. It's just information you can use to make yours work better. People are writing the words into their reviews. You can work on it, they're probably using them in search. So keep a bio updated with a new book. Yes, I do that all the time. Every new book, I go in and update it so it's current. And, you can put links in there. I have some links and stuff in there to other places. So use your Amazon affiliate link on your books. You can use them on your blogs. You can't put affiliate links in emails. And I'm confused about Facebook, but websites and blogs, things that are permanent, sort of permanently there, you can use your affiliate links on. Take note of frequently purchased together. This is market research. What is my next book? What am I going to make? Maybe it's a bundle for that. But also not just your books. Go look at your competitors' books and other books and any topic you're in. How do they bundle them together? Maybe those two books should be together. This is a gold mine. Amazon is one of the most amazing marketing tools ever invented in the amount of information that it gives you. And you have free access to just do whatever you want on it. Take note of frequently purchased. Pay attention to the buts. Yes. Look at number 4s. Look at number 2s. Look at what people are complaining. Make sure your book doesn't have that in it. So, okay, we have another one. We have this one. We have, okay, some more benefits. Remember, put those benefits in. I'm going to send out the PDF checklists will come out to people. The Stripe up at the top, once you're an affiliate, you just Google app, they take you through the steps, and then you can just affiliate. You don't have to just affiliate your books. You can affiliate anything, right? Anything that's on the website, you can pretty much do an affiliate on it. So add extra products. Remember we talked about using it for searching. Social media buttons on the side. Yeah, I know. You can every day, if you want, you can go onto your book every single day and throw out a tweet or throw out something else or put something on Facebook or just, it's there, right? It's just sitting there. They gave it to you. Use it. Embed codes. That's, I need to explore this more because that's kind of cool. Look at your competitors. Always be looking at your competitors. Cool. Nubby, yes, just check my KDP and I'm in shock. I'm not sure why you're in shock, but maybe, increase your sales. So, all right, hold on. All right, let's keep going here. But yes, look at your stats. Look at what's going on. Just pay attention. Don't just put it up and forget about it. That's why nothing sells. TOC in the back, use all of Amazon's book and author pages. Self-promotion is necessary and it has to be relentless. Yeah, it's just, that's what we do. All right. Do you copy? I will put a copy of this in the group. Okay. That's my map. I scribbled that out a couple days ago. Look at your competitors. Yes. And next week, I'll try to put together, hopefully, just what I did and how I did it. So I'm on a new TV show starting on Monday on stuff. I'm going to be talking about all this stuff too, so maybe you'll see that. Look at your competitors. Add keywords to your descriptions. Yes, look at other people's descriptions. Don't make just one little tiny paragraph. Where to shorten the URL and so much more. Yeah. Let's see. What did Keith say? I learned to get my Amazon word review. Yes, use the embed code. Here we go. Let's just put this up. This is great stuff. Put points of sale everywhere. Yes, you don't know where people are going to be. Everywhere you can be. Thank you so much. You please show us one of your, so actually, yes, I will show you what I do. I actually don't advertise on Pinterest, but let me show you what I do because I'll show you this because, all right, this is cool. Let me show you. You'll be amazed. Hold on. You're just going to be, all right, let me show you this. All right. So what I do is, let's go. We're gonna do this. So here we go. Pinterest. All right. So one of your social media buttons is Pinterest. Looks like you could do a bundling. Yes, I know, a Gumroad. So I'm gonna put this onto Pinterest. If you're not familiar with Pinterest, it's a picture site, information site, mostly around home, women's fashion things, but everything else, fishing, boats, cars. Anyway, we'll just stick this up here. And I just set up a page, they're called boards, and I'm just going to put this, how to sell your book inside secrets. So we'll just post it there. Let's go over to Pinterest. And this is Pinterest, and there it is. And notice when I did that from Amazon, it has an Amazon link. And look what happens if I press on that cover. It comes back to Amazon. That's an ad. Anybody searching, I could come in here and fill in the comments and do that later if I want. Let me go to here is my board. So what I do, this is all I basically do, is I just hit the Pinterest posting button. I use there's a little Chrome, in fact, let me come back to this for a second. I have a little Chrome extension. I want to go to here. And you'll notice, see how when I mouse over this, see that little save? This Chrome extension puts this save on every graphic. So I can sit here on my site and go like this. Boop, boop. I just sit here and I'll put it there and I'm done. All right. So you can just go get that Chrome extension that's on Pinterest and then just install it up into your browser and it just automatically pops up. So you can, I did that on my map site. This site, I Pinterest every single map on this site. I just plunked them up onto Pinterest, every single graphic. I did it on another one of my sites too. So I have all of this stuff, right? Just zillions and zillions and zillions of images up here. And people can search and they show up and, you know, there they are. But now let me show you something. Up here's an analytics button. Remember I talked about analytics. Here's the overview. So this is my traffic. Now, what's happened here? I don't know what's happened here. Something, I don't know, something going on there. But new metrics. Oh, they updated the metrics to provide greater insight. But this is what's the time frame? We're going to come back and look at that. Actually, we'll just kill this for a moment. So this is the last 30 days. I've had 69,000 impressions. Earlier this month, earlier this year, when everybody was really, really home, this was about 400,000. It was just, it was insane, right? But you can see here are the top images, the top boards that are being picked up. So that's my map stuff. Look down here. These are the top images. So this image right here, and this guitar thing, and this has 13,000 hits. There's one image in the month of December. So this maybe has to do with Christmas ending. I don't know what that's. I have to look, see what's happening there. Maybe they changed an algorithm, but you can see here are my popular images. So each one of these, if I go to here, there's 5,000 hits in the month. If I go to here, this connects to the website so people can buy it. All right. So that's a direct connection to the website. If I click on this, it goes to buy. So people are searching on these images, and in the month, the last 30 days, 5,500 people have looked at this image in some way, shape, or form. 13,000 have looked at this one. You also have in here, this is all kinds of analytics, all kinds of information you can look at. You can see engagement, total audience, all that kind of stuff. If I go to analytics, I have audience insights, and I can see what is happening, what markets I'm showing up in, what ages I'm showing up in, what genders I'm showing up in. This is from my stuff, where I'm showing up. If I go to, let's see, that's total audience, your engaged audience, all Pinterest users. So this is general Pinterest, everything, all right? So if I look at mine, you'll see I'm basically half and half, male and female, and then some, who knows what they are. Half and half, so that's my market. Pinterest market is 70% female, 24% male, right? And then I can put them together. And I can see where I am sitting in the Pinterest world and what areas I'm working in. Look at art. Art's really high. Look at all these things. You can dig in here. I don't know how to read all of this, but there's a lot going on in here. So I would just, it's kind of fascinating stuff. So I treat just the pins that I put up as my ads. You can advertise on Pinterest. I've never actually seen an ad on Pinterest. I don't know how they do it, but I have probably 1,000 pictures up there. Just go through your website and push everything up. All right, we're getting near the end here, but let me just keep going so I don't want to keep anybody too much more. Looks like you could do a bundle on Gumroad. Yes, I do a lot of bundles on Gumroad on different things. I love Gumroad. I should do a show on it. PDF in addition to, no, I have both. Ebooks and print are on Amazon. PDF I put on Gumroad. So I sell many of my books as PDF versions separate from Amazon. I just put them up and market them, and sometimes I'll add, like the set that goes with this book. I have some extra bonus stuff. You can make some videos. You make it more enhanced. It's just another way. You have the content. What else can you do with it? So that's what. So PDF you use PDFs on Amazon to make the books, but I'll take the same PDF and sell it on the side as just another way to buy, because a lot of people like to buy PDFs. Do you require attribution from people copying your work? So as you'll notice on many of my graphics, I put that, in fact, I do this. You'll notice on many of my graphics, let's see here, let me just go back. I let people take them. And let me just go here. Let me just go to analytics for a second, go to overview, and I put that little line on them. Let's just come down here. We'll go to here, and I put a little line right here at the bottom that says this is a royalty-free image. You can use this for your personal, corporate, educational use, blah, blah, blah. If you want an editable one, here are the websites to go through, and I put a copyright on it. So I try to make my art as easy. I know that if they want a really good one, they're going to have to come to me to get the good one. But I let my stuff go, and it's all marketing advertising for me. I push it out there, but I put the little sell line, a little credit line at the bottom. Some people put a watermark. I don't put watermarks on my things. I want people to use them. I'll have a lot of people reach out, especially in the academic world, who want to use my maps in their books. They say, hey, can I use your map in your book? Because you say at the bottom it's okay to use. I'll go, fantastic, you can use it. And they'll say, do you want a credit line? I'll go, yeah, here's how. And I give them what I want, and they put it in their books. So my art, my maps, usually all my maps get spread into all of these books all over the place. Just to give you a sense, I don't know how this happened, but my book, a couple of my maps got put into some textbooks in Australia. And every now and then I get a check for $5,000 of royalties. It just sort of comes from nowhere because I'm in some official system that keeps track of all that stuff. It's one map. I think it's a world map, and it's in some book that must be immensely popular, and it gets printed over and over again. And it's an academic book. And so you just don't know. I let my stuff go everywhere because it all brings it back to me eventually that they can buy my books. That's what I'm trying to sell. I need to put it out there to get it to come back. So I don't worry about it. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you for everybody. And the link for the book description to create paragraphs in bold. The link for a book. Oh, where did I put that? Yes, I did that. I put that. I will find that. Yes, I put it on something that I think everybody has, but I can't remember exactly where I put it. Yes, that's on how to make your descriptions on Amazon look a little better. I will find that and post it in the group. So, all right. I think, do I have any more? Oh, there's no more. All right, just a couple more. You still need to leave space on the back for the barcode. Yes, you need to leave space in the back for the barcode, but it doesn't have to be a white space. All right. When I gave this book, all I did was this color just completed. Amazon put this on here. I just leave the space. So it's the lower right corner. Just leave the space for this. You can put color here. It doesn't matter. They'll just plunk this on top of it. So that's all you need to do. They take care of it. Extension. I'm not sure what that means. Are people just looking for those maps, or do they buy them? They're looking. But remember, I'm working the percentages. I'm hoping I make sure that those graphics have something on them that says where it came from. But also, they're all linked to somewhere. So if the person clicks on it to download it, it automatically, it's almost impossible for them not to click on it and come to you. If they're going to try to download it, usually they'll, or just grab it, usually they'll click it first and it'll just go to the site. It's pretty sensitive. So I have no idea. But I know at some point there's going to be a couple people that will buy something. So Barry, all right, great. Thank you, Barry. Let's see, just check his comments. Let me screen grab this. We're almost done. Almost done. I think there's one more, and then we will wrap up. Embed Code on the website, keyword and description, book thumbnails everywhere, relentless self-promotion, table of contents on the back, read reviews. You got it. You got it. That's all the stuff. That's it. That's all. And let's see, would you suggest an artist does the same thing with you? I would, put your name, take your piece of artwork, make it the low, you're going to make it the low res anyways. It's going to be the 72 dot per inch one. Add an extra 3/4 of an inch at the bottom and put your, art by, put your copyright, put your art, your name there and available, and put your website in the graphic so that if they download the graphic, they have to at least cut it off. I think so. Test it, see what happens, but you know, it's a way of getting your stuff out there. You need to promote it. People need to see it, and they need to come back to your sites or go to Amazon to buy it. So if they don't know about what you're doing, they don't know what you're doing, and they won't buy your books. I operate under the philosophy of spread it everywhere. Make sure that there's links on it or names on it or something on it, or it's linked to something that you can get. And then maybe they'll buy it. Maybe they'll buy it. That's the thing. That's the whole thing. That's why I think I've sold so many books, because I let it all go. And you can see from the Pinterest, the volume of people clicking on stuff. So, all right. I think that wraps up. Thank you so much. Make sure you put your comments in. You did. Great way to end the week. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much for coming. And this has been fun. And I have to think of what the next thing will be. But this has been a blast. And let me just go here to my branding. I can put up my trailer at the end of the video. And we will see you soon. So any comments, and pick up my book, give reviews, and we will go from there. Thank you, everybody. All right.